Hey everyone, it's Lauren Alvin with Add a Pup Dog and Puppy Training. This Training Tip Tuesday is pretty gross. Consider yourself warned. This is about poop eating. Some dogs eat poop. It's kind of a fact of life for some dog owners. But that's not to say that it shouldn't be considered, if not concerning, and there's not something you can do about it, because there usually is, to an extent. So, first question I would ask is, what kind of poop is your dog eating? Is it their own poop? Is it their own poop as soon as it's coming out of their body? Is it other dogs' poop? Is it kitty cat poop? Is it horse, chicken, rabbit, deer, whatever goodies they can find when you're out and about? Because it can make a difference. For all of the above, but especially if your dog is eating their own poop or other dogs' poop, you need to talk to your vet. Because poop eating could be a sign of myriad medical conditions that I am not qualified or knowledgeable enough to diagnose. Pancreatic problems, nutritional absorption problems, worms, all sorts of things. Iron deficiency if they're eating random objects. It could be all sorts of things. And you need to rule that out before you just assume that your dog's naughty and gross. You gotta talk to your vet. So it could be that they've got some sort of medical issue. If that's not the case, good. It could be that they're eating junky garbage food. If you're picking up whatever's, cheapest from Walmart or whatever, might not be giving them the nutrients that they need. And bodies have a way of getting what they need. So they tell the brain, ooh, that poop looks delicious. You're trying to get whatever nutrients you can from the stuff that's going through you. So talk to your vet. Ask for some recommendations about good quality food, and that might cover it, especially if it's their own poop. If that's not the case, some dogs eat poop because of learning history. So dogs who were in less than ideal early situations or puppy mills, they don't have a choice. If they spent their whole life shut in a cage and eventually they're going to poop, you can either live in your own filth or find some way to get rid of it. And that might mean eating it. So it's not uncommon for dogs who come from puppy mills or who have been neglected in some way in the past to eat their poop. Dogs who have been punished severely, or maybe not even that severely according to human standards, for having accidents in the house or elsewhere, could eat it as well. Because they've learned that when I do this, I get the wrath from the humans. So I need to hide the evidence, nom, 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 and then, I won't get hurt, and this is protecting myself. Some dogs just do it because it tastes good, apparently. This is usually more the case for other species' poo. Cats eat way more protein and fat than dogs do, and that's going to be in their poop. So dogs like protein and fat. They're going to gobble that up. It apparently tastes good. Who knows about rabbit and deer poo? It's just exotic. I don't know. It's like little crunchy treats. I don't even know if it's crunchy. I don't want to think about it that much. But yeah, they just seem to think it's good. And that's a good thing. I don't even want to think about poop, but dogs find it fascinating, and it's just kind of a dog thing. They have very different opinions about what is normal and cool from what humans do, and that's kind of just how dogs are and what they are and what they do. They like gross stuff. So what are you supposed to do? Teach, prevent, pay. We're going to focus on prevent a lot. Eating poop. If a dog's eating poop, they like it. And if they like it, then eating poop is reinforcing. So even if your dog is eating the cat poop and you've taught it, leave it, or anything like that, which we'll talk about next, if you catch them 5 times a day and you say leave it and they go okay and you pay them, when you're not there, you might have caught them 5 times a day. They're going in there 20 times a day. And those 20 times, I guess 15 times, they're getting paid for it. So if you're being reinforced for something 15 times, 3 times more than you're not being reinforced for it, being reinforced for an alternative behavior, you're just going to keep doing it. It makes sense. It's reinforcing. Dogs do what works for dogs, and behaviors that are reinforced are going to keep being repeated. So the only thing you can do is prevent them from practicing it in the first place, which means blocking access to the litter box, cleaning your litter box often. Don't leave it sitting in there. Clean your yard. If your dog eats their own poo as it's coming out of their body, there are dogs who do this, then they're on leash and you go, this way, good job. You pull them aside while you clean up, and then you get on with your business. Then you go about whatever you're doing before. Prevent them from doing it in the first place. Avoid messy areas, avoid the manure pile if that's what they're going after. Like I said, a behavior that's reinforced is going to be repeated. There are dogs, this is pica more than coprophagia. Dogs who eat just objects all over the place, or who are really obsessed with seeking out rabbit candy. If that's the case, some people put their dogs in a muzzle because then they can't get the stuff in their mouth. If it's rabbit candy, they could still eat it, but if it's big stuff, they wouldn't necessarily be able to. Oh, I mean, they could just smash it in there, and there you go. That would be more of management if your dog's eating things like rocks, or like ingesting remotes or socks or things like that, so they can't get it in their mouth to start with. All right, so I covered prevent. Teach is the other part. Usually I do it first, but teach. You're going to teach the dogs alternatives to use as interventions. So they're going, oh man, look at that poop. And you're going to go, and they go, what? Okay, cool, we're over here. And then you're going on doing your own thing. So that's a positive interrupter. Nose targeting, name response, this way, all sorts of other things that just get them off of one thing and back onto you. Totally legit. Leave it. Drop it if they've already got it. And a really solid recall if they're off, gobbling something in the bushes, and you can call them off of anything, just about anything, then recall. They're out of the poop and they're back with you. You'd want to start this without poo around. The poo is going to be a distraction like anything else, so you want to start somewhere easy with minimal distractions, and then add in distractions as they get better. The distractions are going to look like real life until eventually you're just using it in real life. This is not real. I wouldn't gather rabbit poo scattered in the yard to use. You just sort of switch from practice into real life as the opportunities arise for poop. This is giving them a new pattern of behavior. So if you can intervene before they're gobbling it, they're going, ooh, that poo's really cool. Take an exit, U-turn, and then back with mom, we're doing something else. The more they practice that pattern of behavior, poop, look at mom, poop, look at mom, poop, look at mom, which dogs do anyway, direct eye contact, then the more likely they're going to do that, because they're not practicing the other neural pathway. It's going to fade away and die to an extent, because it makes sense for dogs to eat poop. Dogs who do. Okay, and pay, last one. We want to make the alternatives more reinforcing than eating poo. So for many dogs, eating poo is kind of factory preset. It's hardwired for them to do. Tastes good, feels good. They're going to keep doing it. Not all dogs are like this. Nina's perfect and she doesn't eat poo. I'm lucky. But for the dogs that do, it's kind of in there. So your goal is to make the reinforcement history, the savings accounts, the pots of gold at the end of all the other neural pathways bigger, at least 1 penny bigger than eating poop. And if your dog is really into eating poop, that means it's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of high quality reinforcers, maybe even poop, to convince them to do that instead. Especially if it's hardwired for their species to do in their brain, eat poo. That's not easy to compete with. So it's going to take time for them to figure that out. You're going to pay with treats, praise, tell them they're brilliant for responding to the cues. Keep your cool. If your dog is around poo or even eating poo and you start going, oh my God, get away, they're going to go, whoa, whoa, which gets all the adrenaline up. You just keep your cool. Oh no, it's just poo. It's no big deal. We're going to go over here. That way they're not getting aroused around poo, and that can get them more excited. Or if they're really into it, they might go to eat it really fast before you come and take it away. Just keep your cool and get them out of there. Kick the poo away if you need to. Lure away and pay. What I have not mentioned until now is deterrence. There are things you can add to your dog's food that's supposed to make their poo icky. It's possible. I'd talk to your vet before you add anything to their food like that, especially if you just buy at a store. But they're already eating poop. I can't imagine. I'm a human, so who knows? But I can't imagine anything that would make poop ickier than it already is. It's worth a go. Talk to your vet before you add stuff to their food, but it's worth a go. Might help, can't hurt. For things that you add that's supposed to make it gross. However, there are things like bitter apple spray, or people tell you to put cayenne pepper or hot sauce or something on the poop. If you've got the time to go out and drip hot sauce on a pile of crap, you've got the time to pick it up. And if you just pick it up, then they're not going to eat it. So there you go. Rather than setting up a poopy trap to get your dog go, oh, that poop, that's a spicy poop. That's a spicy poop ball. Then you just pick it up, and then they're not going to eat it. So it makes more sense to do that. They're not practicing it anyway. You're not, you know, setting your dog up to get sick. They could get sick or hurt by it or scared of poop or who knows what. Just pick it up, and then problem solved. There you go. Management is way easier. You're gonna plot to season their poop after the case and just pick it up. It's way easier. So that's poop. That's my poop story. Let me know if you have any questions or requests. Thank you for everyone who sent your videos or your questions in for the live feed. And someone came to see me in person, and I felt like such a jerk because I wasn't sure if they were trying to talk to me, and then I was like doing the whole thing, then they had to leave, and I made the whole deal about you should come and say hi, and it just felt like a crazy like internet person ignoring everyone else around me. So I'm sorry if you came and I was talking at a computer instead of interfacing with humans in reality. I apologize for that. We've got some fun stuff coming up. We're having Puppy 101 at North Paws Animal Hospital. It's going to be a monthly event. It's $15 per puppy, 8 to 20 weeks. It's just a Puppy 101. We're going to talk about socialization, nipping, potty training. We're going to do some play, sits and downs, easy stuff like that. That's going to be once a month. I've got an event up so you can see all the dates. Register with North Paws. Call them up and they'll get you on the list and they'll get the payment and stuff. The other thing we've got coming up is May 19th. Dogs Will Be Dogs. Free behavior seminar also at North Paws. We're hooking up. I did this, I think a year, maybe 2 years ago. It's a seminar about addressing common behavior complaints. Lots of teach, prevent, pay. When you should talk to your vet, when it's a simple misunderstanding, when it's something a little bit bigger, more concerning. We've got games nights not till June. We're going to have to be setting up the summer class schedule soon. So let me know if you have any intermediate class requests. Pity party starting soon. We got advance. Everything's coming up. Kind of a lull, but we're getting some more stuff with North Paws going on. That's about it. Stevie fundraiser is still going on. If you want to come buy a beautiful glass ornament, hit me up. You can also shove money under my door. I'll just put it in his box. That's fine. He needs to go get his brain scanned. And he's going to come sleep over with Nina this weekend. So we'll get some more pictures up to get you to give him money. All right. Take care, everyone. Questions or requests, send them along. Have a good one. Bye-bye.